Welcome to this 365 Freedom Session. Today we're breaking down how to stop trying to lead your team when your battery is completely dead, and why speaking only when your fire is fully lit is the ultimate leadership secret. Imagine, right now, you and I are just sitting across from each other, maybe grabbing a coffee, and man, you are just completely wiped out. You're frustrated, your team just isn't executing, and honestly, you feel like you're talking to a brick wall. Well, pull up a chair, because today we're going to fix that exact problem.
Speaking directly to you as an advisor, I really have to ask, why do so many brilliant founders insist on pitching their absolute dream to their team when their mental battery is totally fried? It's a trap, right? So many ambitious leaders fall right into it. You think, hey, if I just push through the exhaustion, if I just deliver the right words, my team is going to magically line up and execute. But here's the thing, words, they don't carry power on their own. They need fuel. And when you don't have any fuel left, believe me, your people know. Let's look at what's really happening behind the scenes here. We call this the tired leadership tax. Basically, it's this heavy, invisible price you pay when you try to inspire people while running on fumes. See, when you speak on a 5% battery, your team doesn't actually hear your vision. Nope, they just feel your fatigue, and they wrongly assume, uh-oh, the business must be in trouble. Just think about the last time you tried to listen to someone who was utterly drained. Even if what they were saying was super valuable, your mind probably wandered within minutes, right? You didn't connect because their physical presence was entirely absent. I want to tell you a quick story about a founder I advised. He runs a fast-growing software company, and he was trapped in this exact super frustrating loop. Now, the guy was brilliant at his craft, absolutely brilliant, but he was watching his team slowly drift away despite having this genuinely beautiful vision for where the company was heading. Deadlines were getting missed, communication was constantly breaking down, and he literally felt invisible in his own business. He came to me totally convinced that he just lacked the natural charisma to lead. He thought that was the problem. So to make up for it, he was spending hours practicing his delivery in the mirror. He was rewriting these massive, long company speeches and literally faking this high-energy hype just to make his people care. He was trying to force alignment through sheer volume and enthusiasm. But honestly, faking it just made him look like a tired manager playing a fake character. And your team, they see right through that forced enthusiasm every single time.
So we sat down and audited his schedule to see exactly where the communication was breaking down. And we found the real culprit. It was 4:30 p.m. He was holding his critical weekly vision meetings, his big storytelling sessions, on Friday at 4:30 in the afternoon. By that time of the week, are you kidding me? His mental battery was completely flat.
When we broke the whole situation down, the crucial point became super obvious. His strategy wasn't the issue at all. He thought his communication skills were broken. Actually, he just had severe biological fatigue. He thought he lacked charisma. In reality, his physical presence was just totally empty. The poor guy was sitting at his desk, slumped over, fighting a brutal afternoon crash, all while trying to inspire 15 people after a long, exhausting week of solving operational fires. His team wasn't rejecting his vision at all. They were just reacting to his obvious exhaustion.
This brings us to a really harsh reality. Confident storytelling, it isn't just about the words you choose. Actually, scratch that, it isn't about the words at all. It is entirely about the energy transfer behind them. Before your team processes a single word of your beautiful, well-crafted strategy, they are actively reading your physical state. If your battery is dead, your message is going to feel entirely dead too.
So to fix his culture, we didn't rewrite a single word of his strategy, not one. Instead, we introduced him to something called the peak hour voice. We just shifted his meetings to capture his state of sharp, natural authority. Real leadership requires the structural discipline to protect your peaks. You literally have to refuse to cast your vision during your low-energy valleys, even if a Friday afternoon seems convenient on paper.
Think about the difference here. When we moved his sessions to Tuesday mornings at 9:30 a.m., literally everything changed. That Friday afternoon, forced hype and empty presence totally vanished. On a Tuesday morning, his natural passion returned, his mind was razor-sharp, and his team instantly fell back into lockstep. Like magic.
Here is the strict, totally non-negotiable schedule shift we implemented to make sure his mind was fresh and his delivery became commanding. First up, move those alignment meetings to peak morning windows. Done. Second, block out 30 minutes right before the meeting for screen-free mental focus. No checking Slack, no peeking at the inbox. And third, absolutely zero administrative or client tasks beforehand. He had to protect his peak energy for his team, period.
The results of this shift were immediate. It completely transformed his company culture. Once he made this change, his natural authority just naturally returned. He didn't need to practice these perfect scripts in the mirror anymore because his physical presence alone carried the weight. His team stopped missing deadlines. They started taking ownership. Honestly, they didn't need a new management system. They just needed to feel the physical presence and actual confidence of their leader.
When you compare these two states side by side, the choice is pretty obvious. When you lead on empty, you are paying that invisible tax. Your team assumes the business is in trouble, you end up working twice as hard just to get basic results, and you're essentially handing your people your scrap hours. But when you lead fully charged, your team trusts your focus. You get natural alignment without forcing control. You show up with a magnetic, commanding presence. You absolutely must treat your energy as your ultimate business asset because your people are constantly evaluating your physical state to see if you actually believe what you are saying.
Write this down and remember it. Your people don't just hear your words, they feel the exact state you're in. If you want your team to respect your authority, you have to show them what a healthy, aligned leader actually looks like. And you do that by completely refusing to cast your vision during those low-energy valleys. You cannot build a high-performance culture by giving your people the leftovers of your daily focus. It just doesn't work. So ask yourself right now, are you giving your team your best energy or just your leftovers? Stop trying to lead when your battery is totally dead, and start letting your natural, fully charged authority do the heavy lifting for you. Stop trying to look like a leader and simply start showing up as one when you actually have the capacity to do so.
Protecting your calendar is really the only logical way to maintain your authority. So, go check out 365freedom.online to align your energy and your storytelling today. Listen, your team doesn't need a louder speech, they just need a leader who is fully charged. I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. If your ability to lead is directly tied to your ability to manage your personal energy, are you prioritizing your schedule to succeed, or are you just scheduling yourself to fail?